Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Where are we? 1730, 45, 50, 55, 60. So here, we are in the conclusion of the Dnyaneshwari, Bhavartha Dipika, and Gyaneshwar Maharaj is singing the glory of his master, singing the glory of Bhagavad Gita, singing the glory of the Lord, singing the glory of the relationship between all of them, and also he sang the glory of the Gita and etc. etc. And here, concluding, he says, if I have spoken in this local language, what wrong is it? Gita can be spoken. My teacher is Nivrittinath ji, and his teacher is Gahaninath, and his teacher is, and that parampara comes from Lord Shiva. So it is by the will of the Lord alone, by the will of my Guru alone, that these words have come out of me in the manner that they have come, and there is nothing wrong with it. It is a apt commentary, explanation of the Bhagavad Gita. And he also said that anyone who chants, listens, speaks about, shares it with anyone with single pointed devotion, he will gain the goal of life, which is liberation or immortality. And in this manner, he said, seeing that the people of the world were afflicted by the worldly existence, he gave a mandate to his disciple Sri Nivrittinatha that he should embrace the tradition, sampradaya, which had come down through unbroken succession of teacher-disciple relation, beginning with Lord Shiva, and protect immediately all beings stricken with the Kali, the age of strife personified. So these are all revelations. Just like Vedas, they were revelations to whoever. It's the knowledge. So there is no author of the Vedas. There is no writer of the Vedas. Writing in language that we know today, when we do the Upanishads, that was brought about by sage Vedvyasa. But before him, the Vedas were already there. To whom it was revealed? Nobody writes their name because they feel unworthy that their name should be associated with it, because it's a revelation. It's a revelation. And once the revelation is, very simple example, which I have given it few times. And if one person is eating chocolate and the other person has never eaten chocolate, he can write commentary after commentary after commentary after. We are talking about revelation. He can write, explain, but that fellow will not understand. And then in the end, after few hours, few days, few weeks, he says, okay, come here, take this. This is chocolate. What is this? This is chocolate. And when he eats the chocolate, the one who did not know what chocolate was, after that, what will he speak? It's non-verbal communication. Both understand what chocolate is. And in front of that, all the words have got no meaning, isn't it? So we are talking about revelation. So similarly, when these great masters in their depths of meditation where it will only reveal if you're contemplating, if you're thinking in that direction. What is the secret of this universe? How this whole thing has come about? I'm available, whoever it is. I don't know if it is God, I don't know if it is spirit, I don't know. That seeker, he doesn't know anything. In those days, there were no gods also, so to speak, the way we know them now. So, what is this secret? And then he got revealed. It revealed. So something was revealed to him, something was revealed to him, something was revealed to him. Like this, many sages who are living eternally even today, to them it was revealed. And they were brought together by sage Vedvyas 5,750 years ago, because in their lineage, those verses of the Vedas were passed down, and he collated them, and we see them the way we are seeing them today. And so similarly here he says, last week we told that whenever there is strife, whenever there is a calamity, a saint comes, and those who are not only those who are devoted to him, but we have seen in India over the centuries that after every calamity or before calamity, a saint or a sage comes to give direction to those who are available. So Dnyaneshwari Maharaj is saying, the Lord Shiva, he gave directions to Nivrittinath to bring this knowledge to the common man, so that he can become strong, he can become confident, he can have a dignified existence, that he can, in spite of living in difficulties, can be content and happy. You don't need wealth in order to be content and happy. You don't need relationships to be content and happy. You don't need anything to be, when you have nothing, then you are content and happy. And it does not mean that having them is going to become a problem for you. Having them also with a sense of contentment, then also it is okay. But the inner itch to have more, that should not be there. So this was told, and he says that Lord Shiva directed Nivrittinath, and through Nivrittinath I was directed by Nivrittinath, and Nivrittinath was naturally tender-hearted and now received his mission from his guru, what was his guru's name? Ganinath. He came forward like a cloud in the rainy season to cool the world. And what is the period that we are in? It is called Kali period. Yes, last week I explained. Kali period is where resentment, anger, wars, fighting, manipulation, corruption, all this is the norm. And day before yesterday was Gudi Padwa, the new year. You know what is this year called? Krodha Samvatsara. So this year is a very difficult period in the creation. Not out of fear, but protect yourself. Chant अपना क्या बोलते हैं, चालीसा चैंट कर लो, अपना रामचंद्र जी का क्या है वो, राम रक्षा स्तोत्रम चैंट कर लो. So keep your mind always involved in these protective mantras, especially for this year, Krodha Samvatsar. For no reason, you will be angry. You are calm. नाम ही आ गया क्रोधा संवत्सर. Krodha means anger. So this is the year of anger. Like for Chinese, it is the year of dragon. In our Indian astronomy, astronomy, na? Astrology. It is the year of anger. So, and we believe our astrology is more refined than the Chinese. Chinese, nothing lasts long. Indians is lasting very long. Just my bit in it. Not required, but I put it in. Okay, continuing. 1761. आधीच तव तो कृपाळू वरी गुरु आज्ञेचा बोलू झाला जैसा वर्षा काळू खवळणे मेघा मग आताचे नि वोरसे गीतार्थ ग्रंथ नमिसे वर्षला शांतरसे तो हा ग्रंथू तेथ पुढा मी बापिया मांडला आरती आपुलिया की यासाठी येवडिया आणिलो यशा एवं गुरुक्रमे लागले समाधी धनजे आपुले ते ग्रंथे बोधवनी दिधले गोसावी मज वाचूनी पडे नावाची ना सेवा ही जाणे स्वामीची ऐशिया मज ग्रंथाची योग्यता के असे. He says that then moved with the compassion at the sight of the people in distress, in 1700s, what we are talking about 7 centuries ago, 1300. So what was the period at that time in India? It was the time of the Mughals, the Muslims coming from the north, from Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Pakistan, Iran, and Turkey. From all that area, they were coming and looting and plundering the country from the north at that time. And maybe there must be some disease, this, that, the period is such. So at that time, and because when we saw the story of Dnyaneshwari Maharaj, we saw how the structure of the society had also become very devious. The educated ones felt they were greater than the others. So there was no dignity. You have to respect every human being for wherever he is, whether he is poor, whether he is a carpenter, whether he is a cobbler. If he doesn't study scriptures, doesn't mean he has become low. So that respect had gone. So some corruption was taking place in the minds of the people, and because of power, because of control, because of self-importance, etc., etc. So to correct all that, and the plight of the common man, he showered the serene sentiment on them under the pretext of narrating the purport of the Gita. So to calm their minds down. When you are so afflicted, if I go to him, if he doesn't give me a sedation or anesthetic, I will scream because of the pain, isn't it? So exactly the same way, Gita acts like the anesthetic. It doesn't make you unconscious though. But what it makes you do is, it gives you the strength to handle all the challenges that are coming, difficulties that are coming. Because by understanding it, your approach to life is different. And that is the whole idea. When you understand that everything in this creation is happening, you are not doing it. That itself, yesterday's Kathopanishad, that itself is a great blessing in your transformation of vision. That everything, okay, let it happen. What I should do? Twiddle your thumbs. Enjoy. See? But it should be not only where you like, it should be the entire 24 hours, every day. At that time, I stood before him like a Chataka bird in distress, and he raised me to the peak of fame. In this way, my master entrusted to me his wealth of samadhi, and so this work has come to me in succession from the guru to the disciple. So at that time, this Dnyaneshwar Maharaj, he had lot of siddhis. He used to have, because their parents had gone, they were not there. The young girl, their sister, she was making chapati, 7-8-year-old making chapati. She says, Dada, my elder brother, we don't have firewood. It's raining outside, and I don't have the fire. I don't have the pan on which to make the chapati, the bread. So Dnyaneshwar Maharaj said, don't worry, stop crying, because she wanted to feed the brothers, and she could not, so she was crying, and he took few minutes, and he said, now you roast the chapati on my back. And he heated his back up, and she made the chapatis, and they ate nice and made merry. So that's just one or two examples that have come. But then another place, those who listen to Tsangdev Pasashti, that was another text we took. At that time, this 1400-year-old saint was coming and to meet Dnyaneshwar Maharaj, and these four brothers sisters were brushing their teeth sitting on a brick wall. And the young sister said, Dada, we should not wait, we should not make an elderly person of his stature to come to us, we should go to him. He says, yes, you are right. And he just tapped the brick wall, and the brick wall flew in air and landed in front of the Tsangdev Maharaj. And Tsangdev Maharaj at that time, he said that I have lived 1400 years. I have mastery over all the living beings, but on inert matter, I don't have the mastery that this young fellow has. He falls at his feet. See? So like this Dnyaneshwar Maharaj, humble, simple, he says, meekly I am standing in front of my Guru Maharaj, my brother, and he gave me, in fact, he touches him, and then he initiates him into the knowledge. He says, I went into samadhi, and as a result, he was able, because of that initiation does, what is this going on right now? I am talking to you about what? Bhagavad Gita. Whether you accept me or don't accept me, initiation has taken place. See, if you are not looking at me or looking at me, but if I look at you intensely, initiation has taken place. See? But where two people are so available to each other, the student is available, meekly, surrendered, available to his teacher. The teacher says, come, touches his head, initiates him, he goes into samadhi. When he comes out, he is a transformed person. And then he gives the Bhagavad Gita. Then he says, what I have to do? What is what is the next thing? He says, give lecture. And say it from bhava. Don't say it from your only intellect. Not only intellectual, but also with bhava, with feeling for the people. So again and again we saw, he is taking the name of his teacher, he is talking to the people, and he always shows that he knows nothing, that everything that is coming out of his mouth is because of his teacher and because of the Lord. That humility has to be there. And therefore, in this way, my master entrusted me to his wealth of samadhi. And so Nivritti Maharaj, another way to look at it is, Nivritti Maharaj, he is a withdrawn one. Nivritti means withdrawal, intense withdrawal. So one who is withdrawn doesn't like to speak. Correct? The one who is, when you are withdrawn in deep sleep, are you able to speak? You are not. You only snore. No speaking. So Now, how to help the masses? If you are withdrawn from the masses, but the instruction from the Lord is help the masses. So, person who is so withdrawn as his elder brother, the teacher, he is not able to come out with the words, the required vocabulary. That means he has to leave his withdrawal and again get involved in everything. So he initiated what he had gained in silence from the Lord, the instructions and the inspiration, he transferred it to our Dnyaneshwar Maharaj. And our Dnyaneshwar Maharaj, he is said to be the incarnation of Lord Vishnu. Nivrittinath is the incarnation of Lord Shiva. They say that way. So Nivrittinath, the Dnyaneshwar Maharaj, then he spoke. He's withdrawn with eyes open. He's a dynamic person like Krishna. He's in the middle of the battlefield, but he's not attached to anything in life. So like that is our Dnyaneshwar Maharaj. I had neither recited nor read the scriptures, Dnyaneshwar Maharaj is saying. This possibility, this opportunity can be there with each one of us. What is that? I have never read the scriptures, I have never recited the scriptures. And nor did I know how to serve my master. Nor did I know how to serve my master, because there is no example in front of him. They are young. Remember, Dnyaneshwar Maharaj is only 11, 12 years old. His elder brother is maybe 2 years elder. So 2 years difference, I think. So he's only 11, 12 years old. So he has not seen life. He has not practiced any sadhana. He has not gone and got initiated from any teacher. So he says, I don't know anything. And they didn't even have food to eat, what to talk about scriptures to study. And they want, you can study scriptures in those times and even today. Scriptures can be studied only once you are initiated. And what is the initiation? Initiation, first you have to be initiated into Gayatri Mantra. So, Om Bhurbhuva Swa Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. This is the mantra that you must chant for, and you wear that janev, the thread. That is your initiation. Then you go to the teacher, live with the teacher, and under the teacher you study the scriptures. That was the tradition. And what is this mantra? This mantra says, Sun, as bright as you are, make my intellect also bright and shining. Shining intellect, bright intellect means where there are no impurities, everything is crystal clear. Everything is, you look at it and straight away you are able to comprehend it, understand it, communicate it. So when you chant this mantra, Om Bhurbhuva Swa Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat, you become focused, you become single pointed, and each word of that mantra has a certain vibration and it transforms you in that manner. And once the mind is single pointed and the grace of the Gayatri Devi is there, then the study of scriptures begin under the tutelage of a teacher. So here he says, I had neither recited nor read the scriptures, and nor did I know how to serve my master, because there is no data in front of him. Like this fellow says, I don't know how to touch your feet. Hello, Swami. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to follow anything. He's coming from his heart. That's all that matters. The kids come and they don't, you know what I do when small kids come? Swamiji, they come, they will hug. That is there. Or they'll want a high five. And I say, okay, that's done. But are you not forgetting something? They say, what? No. Then father says, what is that? Touch feet of Swamiji. Do namaskar. So then they are thinking, nowadays kids. So I said, okay, you don't bend down, man. I'll raise my legs up. So if I'm sitting, I raise my legs up. Swamiji, Hari Om. Game. It's a game. For them, that high five or a hug was more meaningful than just touching the feet. Once they understand, it's a different matter. You see? So he says, I don't know how to serve my master. I also don't know. I also keep learning every time he comes around to the best of my ability. Huh? How then could I attain the capacity to compose this work? From where did I get the capacity? From where is this energy? From where is this inspiration coming? That for last how many years? I don't know, don't remember. 12. For last 12 years we are doing this Bhagavad Gita every Thursday, going on, and we don't get tired. And this is the probably third time I'm taking Bhagavad Gita. First time I took in 98, then that went for 2-3 years quickly because I was fresh. So I don't understand, okay, keep moving forward. But every time I have taken, it has become longer and longer and longer. See, it's taking longer because I don't have anywhere to reach. I'm just enjoying. Probably the first time I spoke, because I never knew or never spoke in front of people, I wanted to finish it as quickly as possible. Not much data to speak. But as you imbibe it in your life, as you start living it in your life, as you start contemplating it day in and day out, and regular meditation, regular chanting of the mantra, some higher power, call it God, call it divine, call it spirit, call it consciousness, it inspires you to speak, inspires the tongue to come out with those words. Because sometimes I am also surprised, what am I talking? I am watching. How could I have attained the capacity to compose this work? But the Guru, by making me an instrument, has protected this world through this composition. So my teacher has used this equipment that I am and helped the world with this narration that has come about as Bhavartha Deepika. Continuing. परिसाचची गुरुनाथे निमित्त करुणी माते प्रबंध व्याजे जगाते रक्षिले जाणा तरही पुरोहित गुणे मी बोलिलो पुरे उणे ते तुम्ही माऊलीपणे उपसाही जोपजी शब्द कैसा घडीजे प्रमेयी कैसे पाचळीजे अलंकारू म्हणिजे काय ते नेणे साई खडे यांचे बाहुले चालवेत्या सूत्राचे निचाले तैसा माते दावीत बोले स्वामी तो माझा या लागी मी गुणदोष विषयी क्षमा विना विशेष जे मी संजात ग्रंथलो देख आचार्य की. He says, if my narration has been superfluous or inadequate, you may please overlook it as a mother would do. I hardly know how to use a word correctly, how to broach a subject methodically, or how to employ figures of speech. This only Dnyaneshwari Maharaj is, I am also saying that. This should be the disposition of every teacher. If it is otherwise, it leads to arrogance. I talk as my master guides me. From where? Not only from outside. He is everywhere. He may be in that form of Nivrittinath sitting behind him. But Dnyaneshwar Maharaj, we see Amrit Anubhav, Dnyaneshwar Maharaj's understanding of the Guru, the second chapter, Guru Stavana, is totally different. He is all pervading, inside, outside, everywhere. So here when he is saying that I talk as my master guides me, just as a puppet depends for its gesticulations upon the movements given to it by the puppeteer. See? So, who is making, who is making the iron files become from haphazard positions? Who is making them become straight and aligned to the mother magnet? Who is making it? The mother magnet is here, the iron filings are there, and when the mother magnet from there it is brought here, immediately all the nails, they become unidirectional. Did the mother magnet made it? Did it touch? No, come. Did it scold it? No. Mere presence of the mother magnet brought about the transformation in the iron filings or nails. Exactly the same way. Mere presence of the Guru, mere remembrance of the teacher, mere remembrance of the teacher as the consciousness within realigns the entire body, breath, mind, intellect. They all become unidirectional. The body works for the consciousness, towards the consciousness. The breath is for the consciousness. The senses, the mind, the intellect, everything is for consciousness. Everything becomes aligned. This is called integrity. This is called righteousness at the matter level. See? But this will only happen when we are attentive towards that Guru principle or the Sadguru principle or the Lord principle, divine principle, which is all pervading, but available here. We don't have the vision to catch it in you, or here, in between us. I don't have the capacity at the moment. But the immediate location of it is here. It's in this body. So catch it. Remember it, contemplate on it, be it. See? And the more you contemplate on it and the more you have the bhava, the feeling to be at one ment with it, to that, directly proportional to that, your body, breath, mind, intellect will synchronize. Just like that magnet and that. Just remember this example, and that will make you so uncomfortable. Why am I wasting my time? Why am I delaying my integration? Why am I delaying my synchronization? Because only when the matter is fully synchronized and vibrating at that resonance, then that you can transcend the matter. Otherwise, you can't. If the matter, body, breath, mind, intellect, if they are world oriented, you can never transcend it. Impossible. Only when they are vibrating in unison. Abhi kya ho raha hai? Your eyes are seeing something, your ears are hearing something, your tongue is tasting something, your hands are doing something. No, everything is haphazard, like those nails. Everyone is doing what they want. And extreme case, break up in personality. But when we contemplate within, everything becomes aligned. And only then transcendence is possible. What does transcendence mean here from Gyaneshwari Maharaj's point of view? It means the Guru within, or the Guru principle, which is everywhere. He uses this instrument to do his job. That means I am not there. I am not there. Now, because I have given up, I have surrendered. Now the teacher or the Guru, he is using this equipment as the instrument to get his job done. And what was the job that the Guru got? Serve the society. That is what Gyaneshwari Maharaj is saying. See, so much is there in those words. I talk as my master guides me, just as a puppet depends for its gesticulations upon the movement given to it by the puppeteer. So I do not press you in praise. So I do not press you to praise the merits or forgive the lapses in this work, as I have been inspired by my Guru to compose it. And if my narration is found by this august audience of you saints to be deficient, it will be all your fault. Not my fault. Because I was not speaking only in the first place. Then who was speaking? The Guru Maharaj was speaking. And Guru, the divinity was speaking. That divinity can never make mistakes. So if you are finding some fault in the words that I have narrated, the composition as it has been expressed, the misunderstanding or non-understanding or little understanding is all your fault, not my teachers, and it cannot be the fault of the instrument because the instrument is inert. But you need to have the courage to say that. This 12-year-old has the courage to say to all the saints, sages, common man, pandits, educated pandits, in front of them he is speaking, 12-year-old. What profound depth of surrender is there. And don't blame my teacher. Don't blame the Guru principle. Don't blame this instrument. Blame yourself. Now, this is the attitude we must have when we are going through life also. Don't blame anyone. If you can't understand something when some topic is being taken, don't blame the teacher. Don't blame the scripture is very difficult. Acha, scripture is difficult. Your capacity to understand is less. Scripture is simple. Always. It's never difficult. 30 years ago when I took Bhagavad Gita, it was difficult. Because I never spoken in my life. Today it is easy. I used to prepare and prepare and prepare and prepare. And I'll forget half of it when I come to the sea to talk about it. And today, here you are sitting and you just keep going on. For each sentence, there is so much to share. It's coming automatically. I don't know. When I'm sitting alone, my thoughts never go in this direction. They are only on chanting and mantra and all that. But when it comes here, when I take any text or any scripture to teach, like yes, Kathopanishad here or Amrit Anubhav or Ramayana, every word triggers contemplation. See? So he says, if the august audience of your saints to find it to be deficient, it will be all your fault, not my Guru's fault. Simple. Where are we? 71. Correct? आनी तुम्हा संताचिए सभे जे उणी वैसी ठाके उभे ते पूर्ण नोहे तरी ते लाभे तुम्हा सीची कोपे. So it's going one verse. So it's your fault is तुम्हा सीची कोपे. It's your fault. सिवतलिया ही परी से लोहत्वाचिए अवदसे न मुकीजे आयसे तय कवणा बोलू बोहळे हेची करावे ते गंगेचे आंग ठाकावे मग ही गंगा जरी नोहावे तैतो काय करी. म्हणून भाग्य योगे बहुवे तुम्हा संताचे मी पाये. पातलो आता केला हे उणे जगी. अहोजी माझेनी स्वामी मज संत जोडूनी तुम्ही. दिधले ती तेणे सर्व कामी परिपूर्ण झालो. परिपूर्ण झालो. I have become complete. The Dnyaneshwari Maharaj is saying. What he is saying? If the iron does not lose its base quality, even if it comes into contact with the philosopher's stone, who is to blame for that? What is the philosopher's stone?
I'm not sure.
It's a in the fables, in the mythology, it comes. Philosopher's stone is that anything you touch to it, it will become gold. Any metal you touch, it will become gold. So here the teacher, the Dnyaneshwari Maharaj is saying that if a iron piece comes, what does he say? If the iron does not lose its base quality. What is the base quality of iron? It is dark, it is grey or dark, and it is cold, and it is not shiny, cannot reflect anything. And when it comes in touch with philosopher's stone, and it is so attached to its base quality, it's so attached to the coldness, it's so attached to the darkness, it's so attached to everything that is called iron, then what can philosopher's stone do? He is ready to change, but you are not ready to change. So is it the philosopher's stone's fault, or is it the unavailability of the iron to drop its baseness, its attachments, its desires to be iron? Exactly the same way. When we come in contact with scriptures, when we come in contact with God, when we come in contact with teacher, when we come in contact with satsang, the fault is not of the scripture or the teacher. The fault is always with the student, seeker. Why? Availability or unavailability. If available, transformation will happen there and then. Unavailable, how we become unavailable? We are listening but we are sleeping. We are listening but we are imagining. We are listening but we are comparing. We are listening but I don't know. It's too difficult. So we are not letting go of our base qualities. And what is the base quality? I am an individual. I have to understand. Arey Baba, there is no capacity for you, stupid fellow, to understand. You understanding, realization comes, transformation comes only when you surrender. Just like you surrender to sleep, you become rejuvenated for the morning, next day, isn't it? If you don't go to sleep, you will be bloody tired next day. Exactly the same way. Become zero in a satsang. Become zero in front of scriptures. Become zero in front of, and it is nothing to do with, oh, I am someone. Why should I give importance to this teacher? Why should I give importance to that person? Because your bloody attention is on the form. That is the problem. And why you are giving attention to the form? Because you are thinking that you are the form. That is the base problem. Your attention is not on the knowledge. Your attention is not on the consciousness. If your attention is on the consciousness, over a period of time, you will start catching. Before I complete the sentence, you will have completed the sentence in your mind. And then you go beyond that. Then the words go through here, they go out there, and whatever they are meant to reveal, that gets revealed from within, which is the self, which is continuous. Phenomena goes on. See? So the fault is with the listener, fault is with the seeker, fault is with the student. The disciple must up the ante. The student or seeker must up the game. You can't continue to be the body and want different results. It is not going to happen. I love poverty, but I want to be rich. You will never be rich. Isn't it? I don't want to eat, but I want to fill up my stomach. It cannot happen. You have to change. You have to shift something. So, what is that? You have to move from body to breath, from breath to mind to intellect, from intellect to yesterday's story, from intellect to total intellect, from total intellect to the unmanifest, from unmanifest to the self that you are. This is the journey. And if I understood the journey, but how do I go beyond the body? Rest. What to tell now? You're still stuck at the body level. The only way to go beyond the body level is to think of the higher. How do you go beyond the body every night when you go to sleep? There are no thoughts of body, there is no thought of mind, there is no thought of breath, there is no thought of you are dead or alive, there is no thought of the creation when you are sleeping. How you manage it every night? Recreate it. Find out. If you don't want to believe in all this, no problem. Take this challenge and find out. The inner teacher will reveal. Inner teacher, consciousness, the self. It will reveal. So don't raise your level. Don't continue to be at the body level. Many people are not even there. They talk about, I am Hindu, I am Christian, I am Muslim, I am within that, I am Protestant, I am Catholic, I am Shaivite, I am Vaishnav. Endless, identification. And here we are, we want to disidentify from everything. I will not study Dnyaneshwari Maharaj's. Why? No. I want to read Bhagavad Gita from Karma Yoga point of view. I don't follow Gyaneshwari Maharaj. I don't follow Shankaracharya. I will read from that person, or I will read from that. Read. We have taken Bhagavad Gita in general. We have taken Bhagavad Gita from Shankaracharya point of view. We have taken Bhagavad Gita from Dnyaneshwari Maharaj's point of view. Next one left is Bhagavad Gita from Shankaracharya point of view. With the Bhashya. I have not done that yet. So one day we'll start that. Why? Because there's nothing else to do. Useless fellows. We are. Keep doing it. Keep talking. See? So, it is not the fault of the philosopher's stone. It's the fault of the iron. It's not the fault of the Guru Maharaj. It is the fault of the seeker or the disciple. He should give up his attachments for the world. He should give up the attachments to his body and raise himself. Surrender to the Guru principle. And in this way, who is to blame for that? All that the stream can do is to join the Ganga. If it does not become one with the river, whose fault is it? If you leave any stream, when we go to Himalayas this time, you will see so many rivers are coming from the Himalayas. Many streams. If you go to Badrinath, Alaknanda is there, Yamuna is there, Mandakini is there, Kali Ganga is there, and different names. They begin with drops, snow melting. They become raging rivers, going through gorges, cutting the mountains, and eventually where? They all meet in Ganga. If it doesn't meet Ganga, then whose fault is it? That's what man is trying to do. He is trying to make that stream go different way to irrigate the other fields. Ganga में नहीं जाना है. हमको हेल्प करो. See? Then if it does not become one with the river, whose fault is it? Through my great good fortune, I have come to your feet. What then do I lack in the world? Through the grace of my preceptor, I am enjoying your company, and so all my desires are fulfilled. Having a perennial home like yours, I have been able to finish this work and have fulfilled my cherished desire. So he feels very, very humbled and feels it's the work of the grace. On one hand, the teacher, the guru, his blessings, and by his blessings, what has happened? He has come in front of all the people. Because if there is nobody to hear, you will not speak. If you people are not here, this lecture will not happen. See? So, it is not that I am doing favor on you by giving lecture. No, you are doing favor on me. Parasparam bhavayanda. Both are required. Subject and object both are required to create a thought. Vision and colors and form both are required in order for stimuli for seeing to happen. Experiencer and experience both are required for an experience to happen. Similarly, here, as a speaker, Dnyaneshwari Maharaj is saying, I feel blessed that I am at the feet of you all, blessed by you all, because they are coming regularly to listen to him, and because they are able to come, he was able to complete it. And I think 3 months mein kiya tha na unhone Gyaneshwari. I think in 3 months, 3 months or maybe a little bit more, he completed the Gyaneshwari. Every day he used to talk. So I'm enjoying your company, and so all my desires are fulfilled. As such, he has no desires for the world. And what was the Guru's purpose? To remove the disturbance in the mind of the masses. And that is, so he has got no desire. It was the Guru's desire. He used this instrument to do what? To tell the Dnyaneshwari. And as a result, if their minds have become quiet, it is their greatness. If they are not quiet, it is their fault. It cannot be Guru's fault. It cannot be Gita's fault. But he feels that he was able to complete. She has provided her home for last 12 years. Utterly grateful. If she had not provided, where would I have gone? Something would have happened. But she provided. That is important. See? That we could, every Thursday, we take it as our own home, and with full rights we come here. If it is not there, we come here and take the class. See? So all my desires are fulfilled because the teacher's work, the Guru Maharaj's work, the divine work was able to be completed. So what is the work that we have to complete in our life? What is the divine work that we have to complete? To give lectures. तुम्हारा ही नाम है गीता. हाँ. So what is the divine work that we have to complete?
Available.
Huh?
Available. Be available.
Just be.
No spreading. Our job is not that. If the teacher wants, he will decide to choose you. Our job is to surrender. Our job is to be at one ment with the consciousness that we are in essence. That is our purpose. That is why we are born. Everything else is his will. If he uses you, this instrument, to give lectures, so be it. If he chooses this instrument to serve the society in a different manner, so be it. If he chooses you to be a soldier, so be it. If he chooses you to sit in a cave and meditate, so be it. But you don't decide. You only surrender. You only be at one, single pointedly thinking about him and being available to him. What you have to, people think, what is my purpose in life? Well, until and unless you don't surrender, how will you come to know what your purpose is? Looking at this variety, you can never come to know what your purpose is. You have to go deep inside to your core. Then the purpose becomes available, reveals itself. Not even becomes available, it reveals itself. And what is the revelation? You are watching that this equipment is getting used for some higher work. Higher work does not mean only giving lecture. Higher work can be helping a person to cross the road. Because that higher purpose doesn't express over a period of time. It's happening every moment. So at this moment, if someone is falling, no, I'm giving lecture. No, you have to help first, man. If someone is crossing and I am contemplating, no, you are not alert then. So let it decide how it uses this equipment. You get out of the way. The only way to get out of the way is not by thinking about the world, not by thinking about the body, breath, mind, intellect, by continuously being in tune, in poise with the conscious principle that we are in essence. That is the way to transcend. That is, in other words, that is what is called giving up your baseness. I forgot. I am enjoying your company and so all my desires are fulfilled. Dnyaneshwari Maharaj is saying, having a perennial home like yours. And what is the home? Home is this universe. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Home is not this four walls. A person who is in tune with his conscious principle, with the divine principle, for him, wherever I lay my head, that's my home. Wherever the divine places me, that is my home. So there are no boundaries. When our attention is on the walls, then we call this space as my space. We give it an address. We attribute a value to it. Yeah? But if the house breaks, if the walls break, what were the walls? The walls of the body, the walls of subject and object, the walls of desires, the walls of the anger, greed, jealousy, all those shortcomings that we feel we have. The walls of subconscious impressions, the walls of waker, dreamer, sleeper, waking world, dream world, and sleep world. Wall of nothingness. When you break through, step by step, you break through. How will you break through? Not by, if you think about them, you will stay there. You have to think of something greater. And in that thinking, you break. You transcend. Just as a rocket needs a critical energy to break through the gravity of the earth to get into space, isn't it? If you have 2 kilometers per hour, you go. If you got 100 kilometers per hour, you will go a little bit and then fall. But it will not take off from the platform. If you have 1000 kilometers per minute, it will maybe go up till here and then fall down. It requires per second. It requires per second. And when it goes at that speed of, I think it's 11,000 kilometers not per second, per second is too much. I think it's 11 kilometers per second or 11,000 kilometers per hour speed, something like that. Then it is able to break through the gravitational pull of the earth. That is the critical energy required. Do we have the critical energy within us? that critical energy is generated through single pointedness, through continuous attention of the infinite consciousness that I am. It because it is infinite, it will infuse with you with more energy. But if you're thinking of the body, today he said you are looking tired. I'm awake now. See? So generate the energy. When it has got nowhere to go, it will go up. You're not losing it downwards. It has to go up. See? All these things that it's not written here. I'm telling you all this so that we get inspired that our goal in life is not to indulge in the world. Our goal in life is to generate that energy, and that energy will be generated only if we are single pointed, and that single pointedness will generate even more energy if it is on the divine principle. You can be single pointed on this book also. Maximum what will happen, you will learn the whole book without reading. You will understand the whole book without contemplating. But you're still not one with yourself. You understand? So, beyond, that's what puts us on. We are always on fire. That's why this color. Always on fire. Yeah, there are times, but otherwise, topic begins, gone. Everything else is, we transcend everything. No time to dilly-dally in unwanted things. In this manner, 176. पाहा पामाते तुम्हा सांगडे माहेर तेणे सुरवाडे ग्रंथाचे आळियाढे सिद्धी गेले जी कनकाचे निखळ वो तू येईल भूमंडळ चिंतारत्नी कुळाचळ निर्मूयेती साताही हो सागराते सोपे भरिता अमृते दुवाडनो हे ताराते चंद्रकरिता कल्पतरूचे आराम लाविता नाही विषम परी गीतार्थाचे वर्म निवडू नये तो मी एकू सर्वमुका बोलानी मराठिया दिग्भाखा करी डोळेवरी लोका घेवो ये ऐसे जे. He says, He says it might become possible to make the earth globe entirely of gold, or to create 7 mountains out of wish-fulfilling gems, or fill up the 7 seas with nectar, nor would it be difficult to make all the stars into moons, or to make pleasure gardens of wish-fulfilling trees, but it is extremely difficult to relate the secret meaning of the Gita. It's simple, but it's difficult to relate. How can you talk that which you already are? See, that which is beyond the body, breath, mind, intellect, total intellect, unmanifest. It is beyond all that. No vocabulary can do justice to it. And yet, Bhagavad Gita presents to you in a manner which we can understand. But here we are not here for understanding. Here we are for realization. So he says, it might, all these examples are taken, but it is extremely difficult to relate the secret meaning of the Gita. You can understand Gita, you are convinced of Gita, you have faith in Gita, but you cannot, the secret meaning of Gita is the self. And self cannot be objectified. Gita can be objectified. But the purpose of Gita is to come to be the self. Self cannot be objectified. It's beyond yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasasaha. Self is that where the words don't reach, the mind cannot comprehend, the intellect cannot intellectualize. So till you are caught up in these, you are not there. You have to go beyond. It was because of you that a dumb fellow like me has been able to tell you the import of the Gita in the local language in such a way that it will enchant all people. So the student is saying, student Dnyaneshwar Maharaj, the young boy, he's saying, I am a dumb fellow, I don't know what to speak, I never even read Bhagavad Gita. Everything that happened out of my mouth was because of my Guru Maharaj, because of my teacher. And while it was happening, the beauty is Dnyaneshwar Maharaj is able to say it in this manner because he was the witness of what was taking place. Otherwise, I said it, I did it, did I do a good job? This would have been the result. But he is very clear in these statements, last 15 statements that we have seen, that it is the teacher who has been speaking. I don't know what to speak. And it is through your grace that I have been able to cross this vast sea in the form of this composition and to dance like a big wig on the other shore. Now that I have completed the Bhagavad Gita, yahoo! We completed it. The entire yajna, the sacrifice. What was the sacrifice? The speech was the sacrifice. What was the speech talking about? The commentary of the Bhagavad Gita in the local language. It was able to be completed. It was able to be appreciated by the people. All that because of my Guru Maharaj. People are saying, Dnyaneshwar Maharaj ki jai. People are singing praises of this young boy. But he is saying, don't sing my praises. It's my Guru who spoke. I am a dumb fellow. I don't know even, as I told you, I have never read Bhagavad Gita in my life. This is a miracle which has happened, which is because of him. But he is Nivrittinath. He is withdrawn. He doesn't want to any importance or any accolades. Dnyaneshwar Maharaj also doesn't want accolades. But people do. When he finished, people carried him around in the palki, in the palanquin. They went around the cities and sang his glory. Suddenly he became, first who was a condemnable boy, suddenly has become the क्या बोलते हैं मोतियों आंखों का तारा क्या बोलते हैं apple of the eye has become the apple of the eye for all the people, all young, old, going to die, everyone used to come. It was like an addiction for them to come. When listening to Bhagavad Gita, your attention shifts towards the conscious principle that you are. It is an addiction. Why we don't want to come out of sleep in the morning? It is an addiction. It is so peaceful. Mind is empty. Same way, why you are coming again and again to the class, or why people take again and again the drugs? Addiction. But here, this is conscious addiction. Here you are coming again and again, you are visiting this class again and again, satsang, but your attention is being brought to the self. Drug doesn't do that. Alcohol doesn't do that. Karma doesn't do that. But that disposition is your responsibility. That when you are listening to the Bhagavad Gita, where is your attention? Is your attention on the speaker? Is your attention on the words? Is your attention on your body, breath, mind, intellect? Or is your attention on the conscious principle while you are listening? You do the experiment here. You be available to the conscious principle here in this class for 1.5 hours. It will continue for next 4-5 hours in your life. Because with such intensity, the whole interaction is taking place. If you are available. single pointedly, no deviation. No other thoughts were, at least from teacher's point of view, no other thoughts are allowed to come other than the topic. But you have to be available. Don't get distracted. It is through your grace that I have been able to cross this vast sea in the form of this composition and to dance like a bigwig on the other shore, parading the banner of victory that I completed the Bhagavad Gita, and the people are all singing his glory, continuing. हा ग्रंथ सागरू एवढा उतरोनी पहिली कडा कीर्ती विजयाचा घेडा नाचे जोका. This is नाचे जोका, that I am dancing on the other shore. That is the verse. गीतार्थाचा आवारू कलशेसी महामेरू रचूनी माझी श्री गुरु लिंगजे पूजी गीता निष्कपटमाय चुकोनी ताने हिंडे जेवाय ते माय पूता भेटी होय हा धर्म तुमचा तुम्हा सज्जनांचे केले आकळूनी जी मी बोले ज्ञानदेव म्हणे थेंकुले. I think the thank you came from here. ज्ञानदेव म्हणे थेंकुले तैसे नो हे काय बहु बोलो सकळा मेळविलो जन्मफळा ग्रंथ सिद्धीचा सोहळा दाविला जो हा. How beautiful he is speaking, I tell you. It just melts you. And you feel privileged. You feel graced. Even as not just Dnyaneshwari Maharaj, but you also feel that I have become available for this. He has chosen me to talk on Bhagavad Gita, who didn't even understand Bhagavad Gita 30 years ago. That you are coming and listening to Bhagavad Gita from me, who does not have any capacity. See? So here he says, it is through your grace that I have been able to build this temple in the form of the interpretation of the Gita. The interpretation of the Bhagavad Gita, the text is called, people call it popularly Dnyaneshwari. That Dnyaneshwar Maharaj, he gave the commentary that is called as Dnyaneshwari. So another name for Bhagavad Gita is Dnyaneshwari in the local language. But when he is talking about, he is not saying it is my composition. He is, whatever commentary he says, I have given, it is the text, the composition is called Bhavartha Deepika. In the form of the interpretation of the Gita, which looks like the Mount Meru with its high peak, and to install therein the image of my preceptor and worship it. So the purpose, what is this Bhagavad Gita? Looks like the great mountain. And what is that great mountain? That on that great mountain there is light. What is that light? Light of the Guru. So this Bhagavad Gita is taking you to that point. It is that point. The Gita is a guileless mother and I am its infant. She is so compassionate. It is said in our scriptures that the scriptures are, if you put millions of mothers together, the compassion of the scriptural mother is one scripture. Her compassion is more than million mothers, physical mothers put together, maybe even more. That much compassion. Because mother can only nourish you with the food for your body. After that, it's only attachment. But this mother, she is helping you to realize yourself. She's not saying, praise me, love me, take me on your head everywhere, by heart me. She's not saying anything. She's got only one and one only purpose, to help you to reach the ultimate, which is you only, but you have forgotten. The Gita is a guileless mother and I am its infant who has been separated from her and has been wandering at random. It is your duty, O saints, to bring about a meeting between us two. Between who two? Between the seeker and the Bhagavad Gita. Whose job is it? Sannyasis, saints, rishis. Why? Because once you interact with Bhagavad Gita, till now, so many people we have shared the Bhagavad Gita. Not just, I have not, some people are listening over the years, so many people have listened, but I have presented Bhagavad Gita to so many. Now I got an e-copy. I shared. And those who have been listening or reading, even now there are 4 or 5 people who are reading Bhagavad Gita every day. By the time they finish it, they are a different person. They are a different person. Like every person who comes with me to Kailash, Tibet, they return from there, something has shifted in you. Every time. He is one person. Everyone I come across. And for the better. It's not that you lose the plot after going there. You lose the mind and you remain conscious. So that's what Bhagavad Gita is teaching. Sukha dukkha samay kritva labha labho jaya jayo. Remain in the center. When joys come, don't give them attention, don't get excited. When sorrows come, don't become depressed. Remain in the middle. When victory comes or defeat comes, remain in the center. When praise or insult comes, remain in the center. And how do you do that? Na shochati, na kangshati. Na shochati, don't worry about anything. Don't expect anything in life. Then what do I do? Contemplate on your conscious principle. Then whatever has to happen in your life is going to happen anyway. It is already written. It's already written. You have come with your destiny. This body has come with its destiny. And everyone's destiny and the expiry date is already fixed. You don't know when it is. It is while going back home. Is it while you are in sleep? Is it going to be tomorrow morning? Is it going to be another 10, 20, 30 years? We don't know. Nobody knows. Prepare. And the expiry date is only for the equipment, not for the conscious principle. If you don't recognize you are the conscious principle and think you are the body, then you feel that I am dying. If you come to recognize the conscious principle while living, while in this body, even if it is with the last breath, then you are the witness of the body passing away. And when the body passes away, what will happen when the body of this room passes away? When this body of the room breaks down, which is the walls break down, what will happen to the space in this room?
Merges with the infinite space.
Will it merge or it's already one?
It's already one, yeah.
It recognizes that it is by nature infinite. It was never the finite 64 Strickland Drive. Similarly, this consciousness inside, when it is watching that the body is slowly not able to support the expression of consciousness and it passes away or it becomes dysfunctional, then this consciousness becomes the infinite consciousness. This is the preparation. If it happens while living, fantastic. If it, the last breath also fantastic, we can only give it a go. We can only give it a go. So be committed to it. Like a mad fellow, be after it. There's nothing else to achieve except this. Everything else is just फालतू. फालतू को क्या बोलेंगे? Useless. And it is the duty of the saints and sages who have realized this to bring the Bhagavad Gita and the ignorant people together so that they also get inspired and come to realize that they can never die, that they are immortal by nature. See? A professor is never going to teach you this. The government is never going to teach you this. The school system, education system is never going to teach you this. No religion teaches you this, that you can be the divine while living. Only the Sanatan Dharma, the Vedas, the Bhagavad Gita, in the scriptures of the Indian subcontinent. We don't call ourselves Hindu. Hindu is a name. We are Sanatan, the eternal religion. And that is not only for the Indians. It is for everyone. Not only on this planet. Everywhere. There are many other planets like this. For everyone it is the same. See? So nobody is going to give you, nobody is there to give you this knowledge. They are all out to cut each other's back to get the money from the gold, or the gold has gone up to $300. I should have bought it 5 months ago. Then I would have made extra $300. Oh, the oil is getting expensive. Let me quickly fill up the tank. We are lost in that only. Think of our thoughts. Who is giving you the knowledge? The employer doesn't give you that knowledge. The education system doesn't give you that knowledge. The parents don't give you that knowledge. Your friends and your grandparents don't give you that knowledge. Society doesn't give you that knowledge. The temples don't give you that knowledge. Then who will give it? Only saints and sages. They are the other mother. The only thing that they want is your benefit. They want to see that everyone, they will not force anyone. They are there. We are not forcing anyone. You all have come. If you don't come, it's your choice. But the opportunity, whether there is one person or 100 people, it does not matter. We keep giving. We keep bringing this knowledge to people. Why? He is deciding. He is deciding. So here Dnyaneshwari Maharaj is saying, it's the responsibility and the duty of the saints and sages to bring the people and the Gita together. That is, if something has to be done in the world, do something like this. So be instrumental in bringing people to Bhagavad Gita. Be instrumental in helping other people to listen to Bhagavad Gita. Share. Hanumanji is there, Paramananda is there, our channel is there. But that should be our topic of discussion whenever we are with someone. Not about the world, not about the business, not about the profession, not about your children and grandchildren. Enough of it. Enough. If we keep doing what we have been doing, we'll keep getting what we have been getting. You have to change the name of the game. You have to change what words, what thoughts are expressed out of you. That will only happen when our attention is on something greater. And your attention on something greater will only come when you have given value to that great thing as the most important one. Whatever you feel is important in your life, that is the topic that you talk about day in and day out. So decide what you talk, what very easy to assess. Where our mind is, where our disposition is. Don't allow anything in this world to take your mind away from the divinity. Let everything happen outside, but in the light of the divinity. And that divinity I am, in essence. Very, very important. Otherwise, very quickly we get hijacked by the world, by the names and forms, by the relationships, by the past, by the future. Is it not my duty to do this or to do that? You are not doing it. He is doing it. You just watch things unfold. It will be much easier. It will be more smooth. Sri Jnanadeva says, whatever I have spoken is sound, and the credit for all this goes to you, the people, to the listeners. Because of you, this festive occasion of the completion of this work has come to pass, fulfilling my life's dream, as if he didn't even know that he was going to speak. But now that he has spoken, 2, 3, 6 months, whatever it took him, he feels that it's a big job that I have completed now. He's only 12-year-old. I had extreme faith in you, and you have made me happy by fulfilling all my expectations. On one hand, we say we should not expect anything, but this is a language of giving energy to the masses, because they are singing Jnanadeva ki jai, Dnyaneshwar Maharaj ki jai. So they are singing his glory. So instead of his glory, he wants to sing their glory, and he feels that I am also a human being. I am not a saint, or I am not a divine person. I had expectation that my guru gave me a job, I wanted to complete it. And yes, this is the instrument, but right now I am also speaking, and many times I say I am, isn't it? So he is also saying it that way, or he is saying that way, so I am speaking that way. That should be other way. So I had extreme faith in you. So we not only the student needs to have faith in the teacher, in the scripture, in his own ability, but his ability in himself can sometimes waver. But when the teacher says, I have faith in you, I trust you. Every child has stolen sometime. Every child has smoked a cigarette sometime. Every child has done some mischief. But if the parent, instead of punishing that kid, say, I know, all kids do that, but you are after all my child, and I know, I have full faith that you will come out to be a great person. You will come out to be a gem of a person. Those few words said genuinely from the heart in the childhood, they make or mar the life of that child. He always comes back to that line, that my parents had complete faith in my ability, that I will be a good person, I will be a successful person, I will be a integrated person, I will be a truthful person, etc., etc. And he starts living that after doing some experiments here and there. He comes back to that. Doesn't get carried away. Did we not get carried? Did we not have the opportunity to smoke? Yes. Did we not have the chance to drink? Always. Once upon a time. Did we not get some grass to smoke? Yes, we did. But only as an experiment, never to be indulgent in it. Because even then, who am I that I have to attain moksha in life? That was the goal. So if anything comes in between that, then not required. But if that is helping in that, okay, continue. So how long did we drink? As long. So when I used to drink, mind used to become empty. Go and do sadhana at home. I used to do that. Not drink for the sake of drinking. Drink, calm down, go and do the sadhana. Time over. So I had extreme faith in you, and you have made me happy by fulfilling all my expectations. We'll continue from 1786 in our next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Just sit quietly for a moment.